folks, I do hope you're well. The tipping comp. Right, how did we do today? I'm going to go through how I did in a moment. You can let me know in the comment section how you've done on this video, or ideally on the Scores on the Doors video. That'll be out just before this one. I've just left a message on the Scores on the Doors video about today's day one and about day two, so have a listen to that. I'll be saying most of the same stuff here. Let you know how the day went and my thoughts on today's racing. If you've got any thoughts on today's racing that marry up with mine or against what I'm saying, just let me know. Put them in the comment section. It's nice to get a bit of feedback. But today, I'll tell you how I did first, and then I'll give you some thoughts on the day. It's been a busy one, folks. It is with me when it's Cheltenham. I just don't have a minute to do anything else. I mean, today I'm supposed to have been working as well as everything else. Got no work done yet. I'm doing my last message here now. Then I've got to download everything, which will take about 40 minutes to an hour. Then I've got some quotes to prepare and to give to customers. And then I've got some ordering to do, so God only knows what time I'm going to finish tonight. Then I want to get some studying done, and then I'll be up bright and early tomorrow morning to start picking horses yet again, or should I say, picking losers yet again, because today's been a big losing day for me. I went in too heavy, and I partly regret it. Right, how did we do today? Right, well, I picked an horse in every race just to see how they go. I've gone through this just, so if you've seen it on the Scores on the Doors, just skip this for about 30 seconds, but I picked 7 horses in 7 races. I gave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 each way. Of the 5, 3 of them placed, and I gave 2 to win. They both fell. Well, one of them fell and one tried its best to fall. So I lost about 3.5 points today. Still better than some people, believe it or not, but lost 3.5 points. Right. How did I do in the tipping comp? Well, in tipping comp on leg 1, I had Kopek and Iransi. Kopek wins, that gave me 10 points. Leg 2, I had Majborough and Only by Night. Majborough, Only by Night came second, 10 points. Race 3, Grandeur Dame and Richmond Lake. Grandeur Dame got left behind, then put all its efforts into getting near the front and couldn't sustain it. Richmond Lake jumped like a pig most of the way around. I fancied that today. In the next, I'd Lost Him Out, so nothing there. Lost Him Out to win, it did. And Chitara to place. I only went Chitara to place because some horses I fancied that would place were looking at they were going to be like less than 10 to 1, and in the end I could have had a couple of them because they weren't less than 10 to 1. As it turned out, they didn't do that well anyway, and Chitara just got run out of 3rd place, came 4th at about 33s. That would have done me. So 10 for Lost Him Out, nothing else. The Champion Hurdle, Constitution Hill, I had that to win, it didn't. I had Burdett Road to place. It did. 10 points. In fact, I've not put Burdett's price on 10 points on there. 6th race, I had Messiah and Wendrock. Both unplaced. Wendrock only just right, but I think it was 5th or 6th. And in the last, Transmission and Will Do. Got 10 for Will Do. Transmission was about 6. It needed to be first 4. So I got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I am on 50 points from day 1 and only one winner there. So let's see how I do day 2 and let's see how you all do, folks. Right, thoughts on the racing today and how my day went and what I seen on TV. Well, firstly, I stuck with ITV most all of the way through. I don't like ITV. I would rather listen on Racing UK. But I thought Racing UK had other meetings on today. As it turns out it was the one meeting only, I think, and I'm gutted. I'd have had that on otherwise. Having said that, I wouldn't have had anything to talk about on here. I'm watching ITV Racing, they always give me stuff to talk about, and yet again I've got loads to talk to you about. Unbelievable, honestly. They amaze me sometimes. That coverage, it's like amateur hour sometimes. It really, really is. But anyway, the early morning show I watched, I keep saying taped it, recorded it. I didn't get to see it till about midday. And it was okay, although it started absolutely crappy because there's 3 people, one presenting Ollie Bell, I think, and 2 others, one of which is Chapman, and as soon as they had him, I thought, oh, no. He asked the first question to Chapman, he just goes off on one, like he does. He starts talking about, he's on about the Brighter Days Head. Is it Brighter Days Head? You know which one, the champion who'd lost today. But he starts with MVLN, Sam Crow, Apple's Jade. He's on about the second coming and Jesus Christ all over again, and how they've all failed at different levels. And will Brighter Days Ahead fail? In the end it did, but he went on and on and on, as loud as you like, and I'm thinking, do we need this? I'm thinking, can we not have a change of producer on the ITV Racing show? Maybe the guy that produces Dancing on Ice, he'd be ideal. He saw through Chapman after one show, Somebody needs to. Unbelievable. He went on and on and on. It's just his own. And I'm thinking, you really are a very, 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 very poor imitation of John McCurrick. And I know John was a bit marmite with some people. Some didn't like him and whatever else. But when you put him next to Chapman and what have you, you realise how good he was. You really, really do. Oh, it was terrible. I've got loads of bits and pieces from today that I wanted to run past you. They're all in different orders, so I've not formulated anything because I've been that busy today, folks. I couldn't. What did we do? We did the Sam Kroll bit. He did that. What did he say? Well, I've got loads of bits and pieces. Yeah, he said. Did you see him to the owner of the champion hurdle horse? Of the first, that Kopech. What did he say about him? I thought that was brilliant. I thought it was mustard, honestly. See, I've got it in all different places. He said something like, "You've cheated death, or you've beat death to come here and..." Yeah, you've beaten death, Charlie McCarthy, to win the Supreme. I thought, beaten death? He had cancer at the moment, he's still alive. I don't know if he's beaten death. I don't know if he's beaten cancer. They often come back. I thought, talking about sensationalise it. Did you see Ollie Bell with the Ruby Walsh lookalike? He said, "Oh, wait a minute. Just next to the podium, we've got a Ruby Walsh lookalike." And he panned over to a bloke that looked like he'd just come out of some kind of home, maybe mental home or something like that. Didn't look good at all. And I thought to myself, that's a bit bad. Some would say, a presenter on YouTube saying somebody looks like they've come out of a mental home is pretty bad as well, and they'd be right. But that's how it sounded. I thought to myself, oh my God, Peter Kay wasn't that scathing to that girl that he called Lisa Riley. Ollie Bell, what are you talking about? It completely fell flat. Nobody laughed. Nobody saw the funny side. And I thought, that's Ollie Bell's go at trying to be Matt Chapman. A bad Matt Chapman. It didn't work. It was bad. If you've not had a chance, rewind it and have a look. It was painful. Absolute painful. What else did I... Yeah, I seen, what's his name early on? Chamberlain, you know I love him. He says, yes, this Cheltenham, the Irish love it. The Irish love it. Oh, yes. This Cheltenham's gone into the Irish conscience. The Irish conscience. I think he meant consciousness, not conscience. To the Irish conscience. There was more, and I can't think of what they were, but I seen the young girl around the paddock, you know, Nichols' daughter, doing the old, you know, looking at the horses and stuff. And she slipped up about 3 times, and I thought, it just all seemed too much for her. I thought, a lot call old Francesca. But Francesca, when she's doing the walking round and talking, I know she's a bit plummy, I get that. But she's better at it than old Megan, a lot better at it, a lot more polished. Megan makes mistake after mistake after mistake. I think she's done a lot with horses and not a lot with school, Megan. I might be wrong, but that's just my opinion. I mean, when I was at school, I put things in the right order. What have I done here? I've done that. I don't know where I'm at, folks. I don't, honestly. I'll tell you what, I've got one other thing to tell you anyway. There is one other thing I wanted to tell you. I've got something to tell you. Did any of you see the video that I did on the TOTE? Did you see that? I bet you never. I've not seen how many's watched any videos yet. I bet you never. You should have done. You should have done. Did anybody heed my words from about a week ago? I said about a week ago, listen folks, if I was you, on day one, look at doing the jackpot and also the ITV7 place pot, but especially the place pot. I said the jackpot's really hard to get, but if all the shorties come in today, you can have loads of goes in the other races, and it could have worked that way. Kopech came in, lost him out that we weren't sure about because it was drifting in and out all the time, also won. The champion blew it apart, champion hurdle, as did Madgeborough. Now, going back to today's racing, just thoughts on today's racing before I tell you about the TOTE thinking on. Kopech I thought was very, very, very impressive, considering it jumped the last hurdle as it did. I think it takes a bit of a monster to get away like it did from a mistake like that. I think there's a top horse there, I really do. It looks in control of the race all the way round. I thought William Money run really, really, really well. I had that in a bet today. I'm gutted it was a money back bet, but if it had come in, it'd been a couple of £100, but that's life. So Kopech, very, very good. The Chapman interviews after it, not very, very good, but what can you do? Madgeborough, without a shadow of a doubt, the best horse in the race was Madgeborough, but its jumping today was worse than it's ever been. Whereas before it's been bad and always gotten away from its fences somehow. Today it was bad and it didn't. How it got as close to winning after that second last flight mistake, I do not know. And it made another mistake over the last, and I still thought there was a chance it was going to get up. That is a serious horse, but they need to start jumping out. So that was race 2. Third race in Ultima, won very, very well. Fourth race, what was the fourth race? Lossiemouth won very, very well. based on what we're seeing in the champion, and I know it wasn't massively stretched, Lossiemouth, but I think the horses in the mares weren't as good as they would have been in the champion. All right, the Elliott one bombed. As I said, I thought it might. I wasn't sure that its last performance was anything that we could hang our hat on. It looked to me like it was a performance unlike it's ever done before or ever going to do again, and it looked that way today. Constitution fell, so we don't know what would have happened there, although it was looking pretty good at the time. But Stateman surprised me. They did bet it in like I thought they would. Mullins did sound very bullish before the offers. Chamberlain kept telling us. But that looked like, I was going to say, probably a better version of Stateman than I've ever seen. I know in the end it had no competition, but it was tanking from 2 out. It really was tanking, and I thought, this is looking really good, this. And there's no doubt that it had not fallen into 1 and 1 well. And I think to myself, had Constitution stood up, would it have beat it? I mean, I think it probably would, but I'm not absolutely certain. And I'm thinking, had Lossiemouth got there today and ran in the champion against Stateman, and it's really hard to guess this, but visually from what I've seen from them both, I think I'd have fancied Stateman. And I've said all year for me that I think Lossiemouth is the better horse. I really, really do. But I was mega impressed with the way Stateman was running until it upended. Really impressed. Nice to hear at the end. I don't know if you heard the end. Endo was saying, if Michael's okay with it, I think our next port of call is Punchestown with the Constitution. That'll be some deal with Stateman. Let's just hope they both stand up. That was just blew everything apart. I'll get back to the TOTE in a moment. Next race, what was the next race? Was it the mares? I think it was the mare. No, we've done the mares, haven't we? It was the juveniles, wasn't it? The horse of O'Brien's won pretty well, but I fancied his other one more. For all, Walsh picked that. I fancied the one with Slevin on more, but punters didn't. And was it the National Unchase, the last one? Again, Rebecca Curtis, she knows how to get the odd winner at Cheltenham. Ran very, very, very well. I was on transmission, like many of you were, and I always thought it would come, and it did. But it just gives itself so much to do to get there, makes it really hard. I was thinking sort of a couple of furlong out, that will do that. I fancied Strong might just get up and nick it. Didn't in the end, it got run out of it, but ran a good race. And that was it for today's racing. The TOTE. Right, so I mentioned to you, I know I'm going at tangents, about looking at the jackpot, which you wouldn't have got today probably with Madgeborough and Constitution both checking out. But I said, honestly, look at the ITV7 because it pays some massive amounts and it doesn't have a lot in the pool. Now, I bet you've not seen the TOTE figures there, but I'm going to give them you. I'll bet this shocks you. The TOTE guaranteed today's place spot at 700,000. It's the biggest I can remember seeing. But as I say, the 700,000 there, they're not really putting 700,000 in because they're betting loads and loads of it themselves. And they win it amongst themselves, which to me doesn't seem fair, but it's what they do. So they guaranteed 700,000. I didn't think it'd pay much until the Champion Hurdle, and then I thought it's going to pay a lot, although I don't know what it's going to pay. The Champion Hurdle ridded loads and loads and loads and loads of tickets out. Loads. It ended up paying 830,000, I think it was, about 830,000 in the pool, and it paid 11 grand to a £1 stake. Don't forget that. 830 grand, 11 grand to a £1 stake. I'm hoping 2 things. Firstly, I'm hoping none of you have seen what was in the ITV7 pool and what it paid, because I'm going to tell you in a minute and you'll be shocked. But secondly, I'm hoping upon hope that just one of you that follows this channel took my words last week and again today and had a dabble at the ITV7 and got a bit of it. I'm hoping to God you did, because I'll be over the moon. I won't know because I haven't looked in comment sections. The ITV7 place pot today had a pool of about 10,600. The biggest I've ever seen is 12,000. It was 10,600. I thought there was a chance, depending on how the last leg went, that it might be a full rollover into tomorrow. That's what I was hoping for, because I'd be playing then it'd be 20,000 more tomorrow, and I love the ITV7 play spot. Anyway, it had 10,600 in there. You'll never guess what it paid to a pound. 10,200 quid. 10-2, with only just over 10 grand in the pool. Play spot, over 800 grand in the pool, 11,000 more. You've got to look at the ITV7 play spot, folks. You have, honestly. It can be a gold mine. It isn't always, but it can be. That extra leg just makes it harder to win, and so many people check out. Honestly, it's a good bet. Doesn't pay brilliant every week, but it pays very, very well many weeks. It really does. It really does. Have a look at it. It's worth having a look at. And I shouldn't be telling you that, because more of you may win. I'm not going to say my selections, but I'll be playing it tomorrow. I'll be playing that tomorrow. I won't touch the jackpot, definitely. I don't think I'll touch the play spot. I certainly won't touch the quad pot, 'cause it's crap. But I'll be playing that ITV7 play spot tomorrow. I have had a wicked day today. I've lost too much money. I've gone in too heavy. Constitution really, really hurt me, as did Madgeborough. I had a few bets on with Sky Bet before the off. Some bets from weeks and weeks and weeks since. They've gone down already. Every single bet's gone down. And sometimes I've hundreds on. I won't tell you how many on because it's embarrassing, but a hell of a lot. A couple of years it's not worked for me. A couple of years it has. I thought I'd had a lot on this year. Well, nowhere near hundreds, but a good few good on. 200-300 quid. I think I'm on about 60-70 quid on. Because Sky Bet, what they're offering at the moment, is much, much worse than it has been past years. But some tickets I was holding were looking absolutely fantastic, even though nothing had really run yet. Because on some of the tickets, every horse had turned up, and they were nearly all favourites for the races they were in. And in some of the races, I only needed them to place. I mean, I'll give you one for instance. Constitution Hill, I think, to win. Galloping de Champs to win. The New Lion tomorrow, first race to place. Any race to place. And I think Factor File, any race to place. Well, New Lion's second favourite. Factor File's favourite. Constitution, I think maybe would have won today. Maybe. And I think Galopin will win on. And I was getting, for something like a tenner, I was getting 400-500 quid on that. I think that's a good bet. I had bets that could have come up to value of a couple of grand. They were all different bets. But Madgeborough checking out, so as good as, and Constitution falling has killed me. It really, really has. But I've done too much in today. One bad choice of bets. One where I wasn't brave enough. I split mistake and I should have done what I was going to do to start with because I would have won more. And ultimately I've lost. I won't go in as heavy tomorrow because I've not got the ammo to do that. But I'm pinning me hopes over the next couple of days, I think, on the ITV7 play spot. And then Friday I normally do pretty well. I'll probably be looking at more bets on Friday. Anyway, I love you and leave you. Get your entries in whenever you can for the tipping comp, be it tonight or in the morning. As I say, try to put them on tonight's scores on the doors. And if you can't, put them on the YouTube email address. Good night, folks. Hope you've had a good day. If any of you have won, let me know in the comment section what you've won, what you won on, and what you won if you want to. You don't have to tell me that bit, but what you've won on and what you fancy for tomorrow even.